The New York Football Jets just killed the NFL draft. I'm still at shock at what the hell just took place because as a Jets fan, I feel freaking phenomenal right now. Joe Douglas aced the draft. Let's not waste any time. Start it off. Sauce Gardner at pick number 4. A pick right there. I wouldn't give it an A+ just because cornerback is not a desperate need by us, but I think it is still a need that many fans like to overlook. A cornerback is important. I don't know why people are saying cornerback's not important in the system. You're going to have to play man coverage in the NFL. At some point you will have to, and when Tyreek Hill is in the division, when Stephon Diggs is in the division, when the Patriots could make a move at potentially Deebo Samuel, you're going to have a cornerback that can hold their own on man-to-man coverage against true wide receiver ones that are getting paid top dollar. Sauce Gardner can be that guy. Now, I'm not saying he's going to come in day one and be the best cornerback in the NFL. No, but he has that potential to be cornerback 1 and really be sort of a neutralizer to those top-tier wide receivers. But Sauce Gardner, man, he brings swagger to the game. Did you see his chain right there? He plays on the field with the type of mojo that you want, sort of an enforcer. And he's an excellent man coverage cornerback. He can go toe-to-toe with these wide receivers. He can see them making their breaks and kind of predict what kind of routes they'll run. He's great in zone 2. He can drop back. He's quick instinctively. And with Sauce Gardner, he can create turnovers too. I think he had 3 interceptions in every single season at Cincinnati. So for this cornerback room that kind of lacked to get turnovers, Sauce Gardner fixes that problem. And I think a major reason why the Jets loved him is because of him as a character. The way he carries himself, and something that really spoke to me is the fact that he doesn't drink, he doesn't do any drugs, he doesn't smoke. It's all because he loves football. He's truly committed to the game, and I think that's really the reason why we took him over maybe Ikem Ekwonu. I mean, he breathes football, and Robert Saleh was pumped up on that phone call, as you could check on the Jets Twitter page. He was so hype about it, man. I'm so glad he's going to be added to the secondary. And we have amazing cornerback depth now, just in case any of them get injured, whether it's DJ Reed, whether it's Bryce Hall. We don't know, but Brandon Echols can step up. Isaiah Dunn can step up. Javelin Guidry can step up. So cornerback should not be a problem anytime soon for the Jets. And then at pick number 10, I seriously thought it was going to be Jermaine Johnson. And the Jets decided to go Garrett Wilson, which confirms that we are out of the Deebo Samuel sweepstakes. And Garrett Wilson is my wide receiver 1. He's by far the best route runner in this entire draft class. He has some dirty cuts. He reminded me of Amari Cooper when watching some of his film. And with Garrett Wilson, I think an underrated attribute is his ability to adjust to the ball in mid-air. And in college, Zach Wilson was great at those back shoulder throws and those anticipation routes. Garrett Wilson will be able to do that, and he's kind of sneaky explosive with the ball in his hands, man. He can be a playmaker out there. And he definitely has the thing is his floor is wide receiver 3 in my opinion. He will be a starter for us no matter what. I think he'll be a very quality wide receiver for us. And this wide receiver room struggled to get separation against other teams later on. And that's why I kind of wanted Garrett Wilson over maybe a Drake London, who's more of a contested catch guy, or a Jameson Williams, who's more of a speed demon. I mean, Garrett Wilson excels. He's got really strong hands too. He produced at Ohio State a ton. I mean, Justin Fields trusted him. CJ Stroud trusted him. There's a lot to the table that Garrett Wilson brings, and he could definitely be our wide receiver 1 this upcoming season. I'm so stoked. He can kind of do it all. Maybe the one knock is that he doesn't have that explosive speed that Jameson Williams has compared to all of the rest of the wide receivers in this class. But man, Garrett Wilson is a heck of a football player. He's going to instantly be he's going to make our wide receiver room a heck of a lot better and really try and elevate this passing offense that Zach Wilson will be leading. And the Wilson to Wilson connection, I can only hope it'll be something very special. I'm so glad we decided to go with this route other than Deebo Samuel, because with Garrett Wilson, we have him under an affordable contract for 5 years. It's 6 if you include the franchise tag, and we're seeing all these wide receivers getting paid a lot of money too. I mean, AJ Brown got traded and got extended for I think $100 million, so $25 million a year. We don't have to do that. Garrett Wilson will be making less than $10 million until probably his 5th year option, which is just it's excellent, because our Super Bowl window is not necessarily this year. It could be next year, and I think 2024 is the way to look at it, and we'll have a lot of cap flexibility because we decided to go Garrett Wilson via the draft and overpay for Deebo Samuel. I've got to mention my grade, but I'm going to give this an A+. For him to be at pick number 10 is extreme value, considering that the Falcons passed on him. Garrett Wilson, man, he pretty much does it all from the wide receiver position. Excellent draft pick. And I'm so glad that Joe Douglas didn't necessarily think that he could get better value in the second round. Instead, he chose arguably the safest player in this draft in Garrett Wilson. I had a feeling the draft was not over after taking Garrett Wilson. If you go back to some of my videos in my mock draft that I put out, I had a feeling that Joe Douglas was going to trade up and get a player, potentially Tyler Linderbaum. But he did move up in the draft. I called it. And instead, it was for Jermaine Johnson at pick number 26. First of all, I thought Jermaine Johnson falling to 26 was absolute criminal, because Jermaine Johnson was arguably the best edge in the nation last year when you take a look at him from a true pass rusher perspective. He was on a draft countdown or the day before the draft on ESPN, and he was talking about how he always comes in with a plan, and the really important thing to his game is that he knows that if an offensive tackle will do one thing, maybe overstep a little bit, he knows exactly how to take that and use that to his advantage and instead counter with another move that will get him to the quarterback. But when you watch his film too, he can act as a power rusher, he can act as a speed rusher. I'm pretty sure he ran a 4.51 at the combine, which is very damn fast for an edge rusher, faster than Kayvon Thibodeau at that. And he excels with his finesse moves and using his hands really to win in these situations. And not to mention, he's a very good run defender. I think Trayvon Walker is a better is the best run defender in the entire class, but Jermaine Johnson was the second best by far. ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Go check my other videos. His story is incredible. I think he has the true work ethic that Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh really want from their players. I mean, he was not eligible to hop into D1 football immediately. The grades weren't there, so he just stick it out through JUCO for 2 years. And then he gets an offer from Georgia and Kirby Smart, which already is impressive enough. And he gets in sometimes as a rotational guy, but there's just so much talent on that defense to where he's like, you know what? I want to be a full-time starter. He goes to Florida State, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, absolute beast. I love it because a lot of Jets fans were quite anxious and nervous that Joe Douglas did not take an edge with the 10th overall pick. And Joe Douglas was like, hell no. He saw the opportunity that Jermaine Johnson was falling. Arguably edge one in this class over Hutchinson, in my opinion at least, and I've been on the record for saying this. You can check out my previous videos. It's not just draft bias, but Jermaine Johnson is a heck of a player. The one kind of knock I can see on him is that he is on the older side. I believe he's 24, so he by the end of his contract he'll be around 28, 29, so I guess there's that, but who cares if he's an impact player. We need edge. He brings that swagger. We've coached him at the Senior Bowl. The coaches know him really well, and I'm so stoked, man. We've addressed 3 of our biggest needs. I'm giving that an A+ based on the value where we got him. And I understand we had to give up one of our second-round picks in pick 69 to go get him. But you know what? I'm okay with that, man. Screw it. We get the extra year of control under Jermaine Johnson, too, by selecting him in the first round. And we're not playing no waiting games. Joe Douglas, he circled in his guy. He saw he was still there. And he's like, you know what? We have all this extra draft capital from the Sam Darnold and the Jamal Adams trade. It's like, you know what? Let's use this and let's go move up rather than moving back. I love the aggressiveness. This is what he was talking about when he said we're going to be aggressive but not stupid aggressive. This is exactly what I want during the draft. He killed it. A+. So overall, this draft was phenomenal. You can check out my reactions. I uploaded all of them, but Joe Douglas nailed all of the needs on this team. Maybe Sauce Gardner wasn't necessarily a need, but he definitely was a major upgrade. He would have not been there at pick 5, so we had to take him at pick 4, and I love that we did that and said, screw it. If Stingley was there at 4, I don't know, it could have been a different story, but screw the what ifs. This is what happened. This is truly an A+ draft. I mean, literally talk to any fan or any sort of analyst when it comes to the draft, and they will all say that the Jets absolutely killed it, man. We addressed so many needs, and we still have a high-end second-round pick that Joe Douglas kept. So the Jets, this was so fun to watch. I'm telling you, man. I was so excited, so pumped. You know, I feel really, really optimistic and excited for next season over this draft. Because we always hear that the Jets have won the draft in past few years. And while we've had good drafts, I wouldn't say we necessarily won. We actually won this draft. And it is universally known. Put some respect on the Jets. This is the new culture we're building. Sauce Gardner is in the building now. Jermaine Johnson is in the building. Garrett Wilson is in the building. Big things should be coming for this defense with 2 new additions on it. High-quality players in Sauce Gardner and Jermaine Johnson. And on offense, we get a new wide receiver in Garrett Wilson, arguably the best all-around receiver in the entire class. I'm so stoked and thrilled. So Jets fans, let me know what the hell you're thinking about this draft, because I'm so excited still. I mean, my voice is shot. I mean, oh my god, unbelievable. But thank you guys for watching. Please let me know all and any thoughts. I'll be making more videos as the as the other draft picks come rolling in come tomorrow or today, as you'll see this on Friday, and then tomorrow on Saturday for the last few rounds. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And Jet up, by the way. Fuck yeah.